Hey everyone, welcome back to Clarity Tarot. Today's pick a deck reading is going to be advice for you from Spirit for the week ahead. So we have 4 piles. Pile 1 is the Byzantine Tarot, pile 2 is the Ethereal Visions Tarot, and for pile 3 and 4, I thought I'd do something a little different and try reading from this Oracle deck, Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and then the Love Bombs Oracle. So pile 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a moment and think about which pile might have the reading for you. There's timestamps in the description box. I'll see you at your reading. Hey Pile 1, thanks so much for being here. If you picked the Byzantine Tarot, this will be your reading. And we are asking Spirit, what advice do you need for the week ahead? Or just advice in general. Looks like this deck is a little bit wonky. Cards backwards and forwards. Let me just fix that real quick. And here we go. Spirit, please help me to be a clear channel for pile 1 so that they receive the most important messages for them today. Please let anything I say that doesn't resonate for them fall away, and the messages that are meant to remain to resonate deeply. And here we go. So, advice for pile 1, please, for the week ahead. First out, we have the Two of Swords. The King of Swords, Count of Swords in reverse, the Three of Coins in the reverse. Interesting. Judgment in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse. Two of Staves at the bottom of the deck. I love this one in this deck. Do you see how this person is like reaching up for divine help from heaven? There's a hand coming down. So, advice for you. Your advice is to be defensive, to not collaborate, to set up a boundary or some kind of barrier, actually, between you and a King of Swords. So for a few of you, this could be romantic, or the first vibe I was getting as the cards were coming out was that it was a family situation. So maybe just someone kind of toxic in your family right now. I'm not even getting that this is a partner for many of you. I feel like it's a father or like an aging parent or a brother maybe. Doesn't have to be a male, but I am getting a more masculine energy. So somebody that's kind of like controlling, aggressive, very frustrating right now. And what you're being advised to do is just kind of ignore them, ignore the situation. Don't try to solve anything. Don't try to make meaning of it. Don't pass judgment on what's happening. So what this actually reminds me of is my mother-in-law is actually in the hospital right now, and she's been having a difficult recovery from a surgery. She had a lot of complications, and she's just not herself. Also on just a lot of different kind of conflicting drugs that have all kinds of side effects. So she's cranky, understandably. And when someone's going through a hard time like that, sometimes the best thing is just to let them have some space to heal, to find their foot again, find their feet again, their footing or their feet again. And there's something like that indicated here where it's like, there's nothing for you to do about the situation. It's not your problem, and just keep your distance. Like you can still be a part of this family, this situation, this work dynamic, and not be giving your all to it. You can say no for a day or two. If there's some kind of massive drama at work, you can lay low until it blows over. So it's that kind of energy. And maybe this is unusual for you, pile one. Like maybe you're the kind of person that really wants to get in there and help or really address an issue if there's one going on. So I think that's the reason this is coming through for you. It's like, hey, it's a really good quality of yours that you want to like get in there and solve whatever problem's happening. But for this particular moment in time, it's not advised for you to do that. And with the Two of Wands here, it's about asking for help from the divine, from whoever you pray to. Asking for help to just kind of stand in your spot and hold your ground. I'm hearing hold your sacred ground. I love that quote. Behind that, we have the Ace of Coins in the reverse with Strength, or the Fortitude card in this deck. So this message is repeating. It's saying, don't plant any new seeds. Don't try anything. Don't try to help. Just stand strong. And you don't have to judge the situation either. Like, just because things are stressful or out of whack right now doesn't mean they will always be, and doesn't mean that you need to pass any judgment on the people involved. That sounds a little harsh. Pass judgment would be another way to say that. This doesn't have to mean anything. This really could just be a blip. The other example that's coming to mind now is for those of you where you are asking about a romantic situation, and let's say the person you're dating just hasn't had time for you lately, has a lot of other priorities, isn't giving you the attention and the time that you deserve. And so you're wondering, like, is this going to be a pattern? Am I not important to this person anymore? Same message here. Like, there's nothing to address. This really is just situational for this person. So, take a beat. Give yourself a minute just to be defensive on the sidelines. See what happens here. And there's nothing for you to do. Anything else, Spirit, that I've missed here? Oh, and with the Four of Cups in reverse, again, it's like Spirit's encouraging you not to get too in your feelings about it, not to take any of it personally. That's the phrase that I've been looking for this whole reading. Don't take any of this personally. It's really not about you. And it's not actually about that person either. It's about the situation that they're in, the Empress. You just keep being your nurturing, beautiful self. So the Empress gives to situations where there's possibility for growth and development and nurturing. There's no Empress on the planet that's going to be nurturing like a dead plant that has no possibility of coming back to life. The Empress would let that go. And this isn't a situation where there is no life left or that it's dead, but it also can't receive any nurturing right now. So in that situation, all that nurturing energy should go to yourself. So this is a great time for you to do some extra just communing with your own self, however that works for you. Maybe you want to take a walk in the woods, a bath, meet with some friends or people that you know can be trusted to like give back to you and listen. Go do something fun that you've been wanting to do for a while. Go to a festival or a movie or go shopping or whatever. Or just spend some time alone drinking some tea. Whatever's your jam, pile one, that's what's indicated for you here. And one more card. Six of Swords. For a small few of you, I'm getting the message that there will be a time for you to leave this situation behind. I'm just getting that it's not today. So for today, you can just block this out however you need to. Watch, wait. Don't draw any conclusions yet. It will all become clear to you soon. Okay, pile one, that was your reading. I hope it resonated for you and was helpful. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you like. I am running a special on private readings through June 15th. They are buy one, get one free. So if you're interested in a private reading, send me a message at my email in the description box. And thank you so much for coming by. I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. Thanks so much for coming by. If you picked the Ethereal Visions Tarot, this will be your reading. So we're asking Spirit for advice for you for the week ahead. Spirit, please guide me to deliver the most clear and useful messages for Pile 2. First out, we have the Four of Swords. Strength in the reverse. The Empress. Five of Cups. Justice. And the High Priestess. Wow. Back of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, advice for you for this week, Pile 2. You are meant to watch and wait, to grieve your losses, to meditate, to pray, to rest. For some of you, to take a break, take a vacation if you can, take a day off. And just for a minute, don't be the strong one. You know, don't be the one that fixes everything or the one that makes everything okay. I think that you're here wondering about a significant relationship in your life that might be in separation, or you're having an argument, a disagreement, a fight with someone right now, someone that you love dearly. Maybe in disagreements, you're quick to apologize, to smooth things over, to make things better. And you're being asked here to not do that, to actually allow the other person to do the work here. It's not even like do the work, because it's not that, because you are doing the work actually by not rescuing this person, but it's causing you to sit with all of your feelings, sit with the sadness of the situation, sit with the reality that this person loves you more than their own life, and they still can't apologize or have a simple conversation with you and make things right. And I think you know this, and you know that the just and right thing to do is to sit and wait for this person to come around. It's not even to come around. It's more because some of them will and some of them won't. So it's not about the action. It's more about allowing the weight of this person's actions to fall on them fully versus you shielding them from that. And if you've been wondering, Pile 2, it's actually a loving thing that you're doing. I think it's been really difficult for you because you just want to love this person. I can really feel that. But it's to the point where in this situation, if you were to try to smooth it over, you would be doing damage to yourself. And with the High Priestess and the Justice card, like, you really know that. I think you see that clearly. So, and in fact, I don't know how much you need this reading. I feel like you know this already. Maybe you just needed a reminder. Maybe you had some doubts that are creeping in about, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I letting this go too long? And Spirit's here to remind you, no, actually, what you're doing is an act of love for yourself, but also love for the other person, because it actually hurts them. It hurts their life a lot for them not to figure out how to solve these problems on their own. And what I'm hearing is really all that it would take is just reaching out to you and asking for a conversation. And actually, I want to ask for you, like, why isn't that person doing this? Why don't they just reach out and say, hey, can we talk? Or I miss you or something. Knight of Wands that was wanting to come up in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Two of Wands and Nine of Wands. This person believes that they make things worse when they try to heal a situation by talking it through. So they have a belief that if they were to reach out to you, it would actually complicate the situation. It would make things more frayed, more difficult than ever. This person is just now getting to a more stable place in their life where they're not plagued by sleepless nights, anxiety, or depression. They're not overloaded and trying to balance too many things. They're convalescing in a way. I'm really drawn to the person in this card that has like this bandage wrapped around their head. This person is feeling optimistic about the future for the first time in a long time, and they feel like a setback with you would just totally throw them back to the state that they were in before. So in a way, them not coming forward is an act of love for themselves in the state that they're in right now. Is this going to be forever, Spirit? Like, are they ever going to... Six of Wands. So no, it's not going to be forever. It's when this person feels strong enough and successful enough and like they could survive a rejection or something really negative happening here, that's when they'll reach out. So that's going to be a different time frame for each of you. For some of you, it could be 10 to 20 years. For some of you, it could be a few days. So if you think about, like, how messed up is this person's life, frankly, you know, like, is their mental health need a lot of work? Do they not have any real friends? Is their job sucking the life out of them? Well, if all those three things are true, it's going to take them a long time to get that sorted. Probably in the months to years. If it's really just fears about this relationship and like intimacy fears, that could be on the shorter end. So what else here do you want to mention for advice for this person? So advice for you, pile 2, is to keep letting yourself shine. I mean, Queen of Wands is like the fieriest, most sensual card in the deck for me. And with this black cat, I always get, you know, like the esoteric with that. So continue to explore your spirituality and your individuality, your intuition, in all the ways that are meaningful for you. Keep putting yourself out there, keep shining. Whatever those things are that make you feel vibrant and alive and in touch with your body, with your sensuality, with your lust for life, keep leaning into any of those things. And last question. So I'm curious, like, why did you need this reading today? Because I'm really getting the vibe that, like, you know all of this already. So why is this the message that came through for you today for pile 2? So the reason it came through for you today is the pull to this person is very strong. And even if they're not making any actions in the physical, I think you can still sense them. And that in some ways weakens your defenses. You love them so much, you love connecting with them so much that just getting kind of like a drop of attention from them really causes you to want to forget where you've come from, what you've learned in this situation. So you feel weaker than you actually are, is what's wanting to come through. So just because you're feeling the pull to this person doesn't mean you are who you were at whatever you would consider like lower moments in this connection for you. And it's just what it is. It's a pull from a person that needs to get themselves in order before you can have a healthy relationship. So everything within your life is sound. I'm hearing, don't allow this person to walk on your clean floors with their muddy feet. That's something that Chitra Moon says in her readings. I don't know if you ever listen to her readings, but I really recommend them. I think she's amazing. But that's a phrase that I got from her. Okay, so pile 2. I think that was your reading. I hope that it was helpful for you. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you picked the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, let's see what cards you have today. So for pile 3, please, Spirit, please help me to be a clear channel for your messages, that the ones resonate that should, and the ones that should be left aside do not land. And so we're asking for advice for pile 3s. What is it they need to know for their week ahead? That's interesting. That card was on the bottom of the deck. I guess it really wanted to be in this reading. For pile 3, please, advice for the week ahead. I have never seen that one before in this deck. Interesting. So far we have number 24, the Delicate Fairy and her Ferrets. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. We have Fiona and the Unicorn, the Gift of Sacred Sight. The Black Cat, Lost Magic, Atonement, and Rebalance in reverse. And the Fairy Ring, New Skills, Advanced Training, Rapid Improvements. On the bottom of the deck, we have Dragonling Garden, A New World is Born, number 45. So advice for your week ahead. So for you, pile 3, I think this is a message about work or about your craft, whatever you would consider that to be. This could be a creative endeavor. It could be spiritual gifts. It could be actually like your vocation or your career skills. If you've been wondering if you're on the right path with that, if you're developing in the right direction, if you're getting too overblown or egoic, I'm hearing, the answer is everything's fine. Everything's good. The choices you're making are the right choices. You're going in the right direction and you're rapidly improving. You may or may not feel that. The sense that I'm getting from you is that, like, you know that you're getting better and all of your skills are up leveling, but that also means that you're outgrowing some situations around you, maybe, you know, your work situation or wherever it is that these endeavors are taking place. The situations that really helped you to grow in the past no longer are doing so in the same way. And so you're just noticing that and wondering, is there something wrong with me? And the answer is no. It's a good sign. It's showing that you are actually outgrowing whatever it is that you've been a part of in the past. And I think this reading is coming through for you. Actually, let me ask that question. Why is this the message that pile 3 needs to hear today? Why is this the message that pile 3 needs to hear today? We have Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence in reverse. You are a very sensitive individual, pile 3, and I think you're sensing that people don't have the same trust and admiration for you that they once did in whatever this work situation is. Like the resonance just isn't there the way that it was in the past. And that's because you're not exactly aligned in terms of, I mean, I guess you could say like in terms of your vibration, but you're just not on the same page. And that's because you've up-leveled a bit and these people are still, you know, where they've been. There's nothing wrong about you or wrong about them. You're just no longer in alignment. And I can even hear some of you saying, well, like, how did that happen so fast? Like, I've only been working there 3 months or whatever it's been. Sometimes it happens that fast. And I think if you think about your life and in particular this area that you've been trying to grow career-wise or in terms of your vocation, how much change have you had in that same amount of time, like the last 3 months or since you felt really aligned with this group of people or this situation, this setting? How much change have you had inside yourself and in your work life? And I think for most of you, you would say, well, actually, I've had a lot of growth. I've had a lot of development. A lot of things have become clear to me. I've made a lot of different shifts. And yes, you have. And this reading is coming through to let you know that yes, that you have done that. And one of the results of that is the situation no longer being a fit for you the way that it used to be. And I'm hearing that like that's a good thing. Like this setting served its purpose. It was helpful for you at one time. And I'm hearing even that for some of you, you've had a major revelation in the last week or so. If that hasn't happened yet, you would know what I'm talking about. If it hasn't happened yet, it'll happen in the next week or so, where you've been like, oh, wow, like I really thought this was it for me, and this is not it for me. Like I'm so much, I don't want to say bigger and better than this, but there's some kind of sentiment like that. Or this just isn't the right fit for me, or this is who I thought I was to be aligned in this setting, this situation, and it's not feeling right. Now, I'm feeling that you don't have a sense of exactly what is right yet. Like that hasn't fully come into the picture. That is the next piece that is going to be falling into place. But I'm hearing from Spirit that, okay, I don't want this to come through the wrong way. Like, you should be grateful. It's not like that. But like, there's an invitation to see and acknowledge and have gratitude for how much you've learned, how much you've grown just by seeing now that this setting is not for you. Like that's been a gift in itself. So let's ask now, what is coming, what's coming next for you? Okay, so the card you got here is Frog Princess, number 21. It's a very interesting one because this one suggests that you need to listen to counsel outside yourself. It's saying that what you need to know for the future, for your next steps, you don't have that information now. And thinking about it inside your own mind, searching your own heart, your feelings, your impressions won't give you the answers you need. The answers will come from outside of you. At the same time, there are a lot of people around you that you can't trust that have their own agendas. And those don't have to be malicious agendas. It's just everyone wants something, you know? Even if it's they want what they think is best for you, which may or may not be actually what's best for you. So this card shows up when basically you need some wise counsel, you need some wise advice, you need to collect a lot of opinions and then sort through them with someone that you trust. So the person you trust, actually let me pull one more card about how you can recognize that person. Maybe they wear a crown, maybe they wear green. I'm not sure who would wear a crown. That's kind of a funny message. Please comment below if a trusted advisor of yours wears a crown. That would be kind of funny to me. How else can you recognize them? So here we have the wolf moon number 1. I'm drawn to this person's tattoo. So maybe this person has a prominent tattoo. The person that you can listen to. What else here? I will watch over you. So I get a sense of protection with this card. So the person that you can trust, that you can listen to and get good advice from as you're sorting through all the possibilities will have a very protective vibe over you. Not in a fearful way, not that they're trying to help you avoid disaster, but they're trying to protect your interests. So whatever their gender, this would be like good father energy, I would say. Anything else, Spirit, about how they can recognize the best advisor for them? I'm just hearing that you may see something else in this reading, in the images, or that's resonated in you as you've been listening, that just because I haven't said it doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. So, for example, if you've been watching this and you're like, oh, a moon. I was out walking in the moonlight talking to this person the other day. That could be an indication for you. Okay, I think that's your reading, pile 2. I hope it was helpful advice for you for the week ahead. Please let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear if this resonated for you, or even if it didn't. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 4. If you picked the Love Bombs Oracle for your reading, let's see what cards you have, excuse me, and it's going to be very interesting to interpret a whole reading from these. I think I may have done it once or twice, but it's been a while. So Spirit, please guide me to be a clear channel for these messages for pile 4. So they're best able to hear the most important messages for them. And we're asking, what is advice for them for the week to come? We have, your enthusiasm is contagious. Thank you. Your calming presence is truly appreciated. For pile 4, please. Spirit, advice for them for the week to come. Your child has excellent manners. Good job. I feel like you understand me, and I really appreciate that. I will always treasure the times we've had together in reverse. Blank card in reverse. Many of my favorite memories are with you. You made my day. Thank you. In reverse. I trust you with my life. And bottom of the deck we have, I admire your big thinking in reverse. Okay, advice for the week ahead. So the advice for you, pile 4, is to not say anything that you don't mean. So this is where it's going to be important for you to participate in the reading. Like, I don't know what situation this is referring to, but the vibe that I'm getting is a place where you're trying to keep the peace, you're trying to make everyone else happy around you and feel content, feel connected. But the question I have for you, pile 4, is, do you feel connected? Do you feel good in this situation? And I think for many of you, the answer is no, or it would take you a while to say yes. So it's kind of like a yes kind of scenario. This is giving kind of the sense of like a friend group or a work situation or a family where they're also excited to see you, and you're like, yeah, that's nice. I'm glad to see you too. You know, almost where like you are someone's best friend, but they aren't your best friend. It's not reciprocal in the same way. The other thing that's coming up for me is, so in terms of advice for you, it feels like you're in a situation where you're having to say like these social niceties or positive, affirming, or encouraging words to people that you don't really feel it with that much. Like, you know, it's what they want to hear, and so you just say it because it's easier. It's easier to say, yeah, I'm happy to see you too, than to be like, okay, or say something awkward or off-putting. But the advice that's coming through for you is to say those things to the people where you really do feel it. So let's say you're hanging out with someone who is not your best friend. Go call your actual best friend and be like, hey, I really appreciate you. I hope you're doing okay. I just wanted to know that I think you're so great. And you don't have to talk about this other situation and how it's not so amazing. But the advice here is to not say anything that you don't mean to the people that you don't mean it to, and then also to say those things to the people where you really do feel it. The next scenario I'm getting in my mind is a romantic one. Let's say that there's somebody that that you're with that is kind of just in your mind is more of a temporary person, but they're looking at it as long term. This would be an encouragement to go and tell the person you do truly love, like, hey, I really want to work it out with you. You're the person I want to invest in, or whatever you'd want to say there. And with the person that is just like easier, or they're all about you, so they're doing all the work, or there's something else about the situation that's maybe they it's like physical proximity. Maybe they are around and these other people or person is not. But whatever the case, like, tell yourself the truth about the situation and really think, like, what is it actually giving you? Because I think there's a disconnect in your mind. Like, logically, you think that it should be doing a certain result for you, but in actuality, it's not. So this could be like, you've moved to a new location and now you're hanging out with some people that are doing all the kind of things that you want to do, but you're not really feeling the connection. And so in your mind, it's like, oh, I have friends, like I have people to hang out with. I'm going and doing fun things. I should be happy, but that's not your reality. So the advice here is to trust what's coming up for you. Don't keep investing in a direction that is not like providing the return that you want. Direct your energy elsewhere. And I know that can be hard to do, pile 4, especially if you don't have something else lined up. I actually was just having this conversation with my partner yesterday in a related situation. I'm like, it's just so hard to just have nothing and wait for something good to come versus keep doing the thing that you know isn't satisfying, but it's kind of all you've got. And I'm getting a sense of almost like guilt or shame or embarrassment coming up for pile 4, because it's like, these people really adore you. They think the world of you. And I'm hearing that's good. They should. You're a wonderful person. And just because you're not on the same wavelength doesn't mean there's anything wrong with these people. Like, there are no better or worse people in the world. It's just, are you aligned or not? And you're not aligned with these people at this time. So the advice for you is to start putting some distance. Pile 1. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because the advice quite literally was just don't say things you don't mean. And let's close your reading with anything else, Spirit, that I didn't say that you want to highlight for pile 4. It's that message coming through again, and with the I'm sorry card in reverse. Don't apologize. Don't say things you don't mean. Or maybe even literally say that you're not sorry. That might resonate for one person. Like, if your truth in a situation, and if you can find obviously like a respectful and positive way to say that, If your truth is, I'm not sorry this happened. I'm not sorry that this isn't aligning because XYZ, then you're being encouraged to say that. Please comment down below if that resonates for you. I'm curious how that relates or what that particular situation is, if you'd be willing to share. Thank you so much, Pile 4. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. As a reminder, I have private readings on special through June 15th. They are buy one, get one free. So if you're interested in that, my email is in the description box. Send me an email and I will get you set up. And thanks so much for coming by. See you next time.